What's happening, everybody? It is I once again, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and it has been way too long since I've done any kind of video on here. I think the last few that I did were just unpackaging videos. I don't even remember what the last one I did was. Just haven't been in my groove lately. A lot less, since a lot of you know what's been going on with me. I'm not going to go into any explanations for those who don't, but yeah, I thought today would be a good day, and I was inspired by another reviewer. It goes by the name Moonlander. If you get a chance, check out his channel. I like the way he presents things. But I was looking for some reviews on a movie that I watched last night, just to get other people's opinions on it, because I had my own formed already. And this was just the first one I saw. First review that I saw, and it was perfect because he liked it, I liked it, but the things that he didn't like about the movie, I dug. And I kind of like that when people have a there's like a little back and forth, you know. There was no back and forth between us. I haven't commented on this video yet, but I like the little thoughts and mixing it up with different opinions, and I don't know, it just inspired me to do this video, which I think is pretty cool. So thank you, Moonlander. Without even knowing who I am, thank you for inspiring me in such a way. Sorry if the camera's tilted too much. I'm using my phone. I finally got like a really good phone, LG G6. Video capabilities are pretty good, but I need something with a better kickstand because I only have one angle, this one, and it's pointing way up there in the ceiling. And forgive the minimalist deal here. I'm kind of in the new digs now. My old teenage home where my grandparents owned this place. These walls are unfinished, but I have plans for shelves, and that big space right there, that's not a piece of wood on top of the wall. That is the wall itself. It just wasn't painted in that area. There was something there. I don't know what it was, but I'm going to put a poster there. So, yeah, it's going to look a little more presentable in time. But right now, this is the bare bones deal. So let's get on with this real quick, shall we? The name of the movie is SAVAGELAND. I checked it out last night on Amazon, Amazon Video. I have Amazon Prime, and it was included with the Prime membership. So if you have Amazon Prime, go check it out. SAVAGELAND. It's one of those documentary-type movies. Takes place in a little town in Arizona, and the entire town has been wiped out, and I mean like savagely wiped out. Everyone's been hacked up and murdered except for, well, they say the whole town was murdered, but they talked to people who were related to people who were killed, and I almost imagine some of them, especially like if there was one person who was someone's wife, she had to have lived in that town, right? And yet, she's okay. So not everybody was killed. But anyways, I digress. They said it's a population of 57. And everyone was wiped out. Yet you have the suspect. He's obviously alive, so he wasn't murdered. You know, now that I think about it, they didn't really represent that population number too well. But anyways, the point of the movie is that pretty much the whole town got wiped out, and one man is being held responsible for it. Right off the cuff, you're like, one man went and hacked an entire town to death? Wow. But they do that on purpose so you can get charged up one way or the other. There are some politically charged deals going on in this movie, and I really wish there was a way to shut off fucking Messenger, because the screen still pops up while I'm trying to record, and it's very distracting. I keep seeing this little thing come up. Got a message. Fuck you. Stop doing that. I'm on this channel now. I curse up a storm. So anyways, like I was saying, I was rudely interrupted by myself. Yeah, they're trying to hang it all on one guy. You have, like I said, they're trying to get you charged up one way or the other, because it it does deal with things like immigration, illegal immigration. You got like one side of the fence saying, well, yeah, that's the way they are. They're murderers. We're not like them. They kill children. And then another side saying, he would never do something like that, and so on and so forth. And just to keep it fair, it's not all like the Mexican population saying he's innocent and all the white people saying he's guilty. There's one photographer who's white who says, yeah, those photos are totally real that they recovered, and I don't know why they didn't admit them into court. So they kind of balance it out a little bit, but then you got like a Hispanic person saying, yeah, give him the chair, fry him, kill him. So they try to keep it fair in that respect. But yeah, the guy's like an amateur photographer, and he goes around taking pictures of everything from dead animals to sandwich someone dropped on the floor, according to the story, to kids, just sitting around, playing around, doing whatever. And there's people reading into those pictures like, oh, he's a pervert. Oh, he's into little kids. And just you could tell how biased and how bigoted the opinions are of this gentleman. He states that the incident kicked off with someone showing up at his house, cut up, bleeding out, and he tried to help him, and then he died, and then he got back up again. So right away you're thinking, okay, it's zombies, right? Well, they never actually say whether it's zombies or not, and the pictures that he takes, he grabs his camera and he's taking pictures everywhere that he runs, everywhere he goes to, documenting everything. And when they ask the photographer, the professional photographer that they're interviewing, he says, people ask why would he take pictures. I say the better question is, why wouldn't you take pictures? You're the only one there to document stuff, so yeah, you would take the pictures. The pictures are blurry. The pictures show that he's moving as he's taking the pictures. They show movement in the picture. No pictures that sharp except for the ones at the very end. So, like my esteemed peer Moonlander says, it would have been better if you could see them. But for me, I kind of dig that. I kind of dig that you can't quite tell what it is. Are you dealing with demons? Are you dealing with zombies? Are you dealing with creatures of some sort? They do have human form. They do have some human face. It isn't until like towards the end you start to get a feel for exactly what's going on. So yeah, the whole thing's documented in pictures, which of course, the judge deems the pictures inadmissible. Of course, I mean, why would you say any evidence, anything that could disprove the prosecution? Why would you say no unless you really want to see this person fry for this crime? But all in all, I thought it was done really well as far as like, docu-horror goes, or, those, it wasn't shaky camera in the sense of like a video camera that he was carrying around. Everybody always seems to carry a video camera on these things. Yeah, I have a video camera right here. I'll just grab it and videotape everything. They didn't do that. These were still pictures, which I thought was different and unique. Pretty unique. It lent to the authenticity of the movie, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I really dug it. I thought it was well done. Had a great little ending to it, I guess. So you kind of get more of a feel of what's going on in this town, what's going on in this, what's bringing this about, Yeah, watch through the end a little bit. The when they recover the video camera from the campsite, that's the part you want to look out for. SAVAGELAND. Can't tell you much more about that other than the fact that it is racially charged. There's a guy in there who's he writes a book about the whole thing, and his take on everything is like, who has the power to go in and wipe out a town in one fell swoop? Who was it? So he's basically blaming the Klan. He says the Ku Klux Klan went in there and wiped out all the immigrants, but there were some. They weren't all of Mexican descent. Not everybody who was Mexican got killed. It was probably a big part of the population, but there were Caucasians too who got killed. So, you know, but his take on it is that the Klan did it. But no one ever really says, they never really pinpoint what it is or why it is. You're left to draw your own conclusions, and that's another thing that Moonlander wasn't too fond of, and I think is kind of hip. Like Black Christmas, anyone who's seen the original Black Christmas, that kind of ending. And I'm not going to say the ending in case you haven't seen Black Christmas. Not everyone's seen it. I don't want to ruin the ending, but it's one of those types of endings where, you know, you're kind of left to say, okay, that's pretty messed up, in the sense that, wow, you know, that's we're not done here. Or you say it's pretty messed up, like, they're gonna leave us hanging like that. Like my sister, I made her watch that movie with me one time, and at the end she goes, "You're kidding me? That's how it ends?" And I know, isn't it brilliant? She's like, "No, it's not brilliant. That pisses me off. What kind of ending? I hate that kind of ending." And I was like, "I think it's kind of hip. I like it. I dig it." So, the different opinions, man. That's what keeps the world going around. You know, just as long as you respect each other's opinions. You don't have to agree. Respecting someone's opinion is not the same as agreeing with their opinion. But respect, it's all about respect. But SAVAGELAND on Amazon Video. If you got Amazon Prime, you can check it out for free. Check it out as soon as you can. Tell me what you thought of it. And I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it was that good. It's one I would definitely own if I found it at the right price. I liked it. So sorry if this was a little incoherent. I haven't done this in a while. Tried to be as smooth as possible about it, but I can tell I was kind of stumbling over my words a bit. But hopefully this will become a little more routine. Can't promise anything right now, but we'll see. Thanks again, everybody. I always appreciate it. If one person or 100 people watch this video, I appreciate the views, and I appreciate your opinions and your comments. So please leave some below. If you've seen this, tell me what you thought of it. And I'll be seeing you all again real soon, I'm sure. So take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.